Yes, just we have two things more to say. First, we are going to invite to Adam Watts and Francisco Seijo, that they are going to introduce us the Association for Fire Ecology. And after that, we have final remarks, important things, information for you. At 7 o'clock, we are going to close the Congress. Thank you.
Bueno, pues buenas tardes, muchas gracias a todos por estar aquí y para oírnos un ratito. Solo aproximadamente tomaremos unos 15 minutos de vuestro tiempo. Ya sé que han sido 2 jornadas largas, agotadoras, espero que muy provechosas para todos. Y os queríamos presentar brevemente una iniciativa que estamos realizando. Agradecemos mucho a la Fundación Pau Costa darnos la oportunidad. Es una iniciativa que estamos realizando en parte conjuntamente con ellos y que esperamos que sea de vuestro interés. Entonces, sin más dilación, voy a presentaros a Adam Watts, que es el tesorero de The Association for Fire Ecology, o la Asociación de Ecología del Fuego. Es una organización a la que ambos pertenecemos como miembros del Consejo de Administración y os vamos a presentar esta iniciativa de, pues posiblemente buscar y entender a ver si hay un interés por montar una sección europea de esta asociación, como ya existe en Latinoamérica. Y para ello, primero os va a presentar Adam unas nociones de qué tipo de actividades realizamos, cuáles son nuestros fines, nuestros objetivos y cómo creemos que podríamos ser de utilidad pues, a la comunidad de la gente interesada en la ecología del fuego, tanto gente que practica la ecología del fuego como gente que la estudia. Os presentaré esa serie de actividades que realizamos y luego pasaremos una serie de hojas para si a alguno le interesa participar en la formación de esta posible sección, para que nos deje sus datos de contacto, etc. Entonces os voy a presentar a Adam, que va a dar esta presentación en inglés. Gracias.
Thank you, Francisco, for the wonderful introduction. So, as my friend and colleague Francisco mentioned, we're here to introduce the audience to the Association for Fire Ecology and to discuss what we believe may be some fertile areas for international collaboration to strengthen the global community of fire ecologists. Also, we would like to acknowledge the support from our sponsors and funding agencies who allowed us to be here today. I'm with the Desert Research Institute of Nevada, and I'm also funded by the Governor's Office of Economic Development. So I should mention that I've had some very productive conversations in the areas of prescribed fire, fire ecology, and also unmanned aircraft systems. So without out of the way, I would like to begin by presenting initially a very brief overview of the Association for Fire Ecology, which I will pronounce AFE. Right now, the Association for Fire Ecology has approximately 500 paying members. We have a broader audience, both in the US and internationally, with a newsletter that reaches more than 4,000 recipients. That is a newsletter that is free of charge. We participate in a number of activities in the areas of conferences, as I mentioned, the newsletter, certification, a journal, awards, also position papers as part of our outreach, and we have sections that undertake all these and other activities as well, which, as you can see from the top banner of our website, you can easily find if you're interested. At this point of the evening, I have a confession to make to the audience, and that is that nicely dressed, I am here to sell you something. The thing that I am trying to sell you is the idea of a collaboration, and in our discussions, we believe that there are some areas where AFE may be useful to the community of prescribed fire practitioners and researchers and fire ecologists that we have here. We think that there may be at least 3 things that AFE could be helpful in order to help you achieve. One of those is to promote ecology-based fire management as vital global professions. Another of these is to provide venues and networks for connections between scientists and managers. And the third is to provide empowerment for fire ecologists and practitioners to influence public perception of fire and the development of public policy. So a few more details about each of these. For the first, we have a professional certification, which is overseen by our education committee. We have a professional certification that is divided into wildland fire management and wildland fire ecology tracks. We have both manager and senior manager ecologist and senior ecologist certifications. And as of today, we have approximately 100 certified professionals and growing. We also have an academic program certification that recognizes rigorous programs that emphasize broad preparation and training, recognizing the interdisciplinary nature of fire ecology and fire science. And currently we have 8 universities, all in the United States, that are certified. When I think about programs in Europe, I immediately think of Master Fuego. That comes to mind as a program that probably should be certified. We also, as I mentioned, provide venues for the scientist-manager connectivity and for communication. As a scientist in the United States these days, I feel it's important, it can't be overemphasized to stress the importance of communication, particularly between the research and management community. One of the ways that AFE hopes to enable this is our journal, Fire Ecology. Since 2005, we actually have now, I've just seen an update, over 600 authors. We have over 30 associate editors, again recognizing the broad interdisciplinarity of fire ecology. It's indexed by all the leading organizations, and I should also stress that this is an open access and free journal for readers. Since it's a very popular topic to attend one conference and to describe the next conference, that's what I will do next. So one of our favorite venues for providing a place for managers and scientists to exchange information are the conferences and the international congresses that AFE hosts every 2 years. You can see these are often co-sponsored with other organizations. For example, IAWF, Southern Fire Exchange, Southwest Fire Consortium, and others. In the past, we have had these large congresses. We've had them in Montana, Texas, California, Arizona. The upcoming Congress will be in Florida. So one common theme of all of these congresses is that they have all been in places that were once Spain, or at least in the case of Montana, Spanish word, Montana. So this is a very tough crowd. So we also attempt to empower fire ecologists and practitioners to influence public perception and the development of policy through activities like and products like our position papers. So in the past, we've published position papers on climate change and fire management, fire, carbon stores, prescribed fire and carbon, for example. You see the cover here from 2013. And more recently, in 2015, the position was reduce wildfire risks or we'll continue to pay more for fire disasters. And of all the position papers that AFE has worked on, the one that we wished, of course, that wasn't necessary, but became very necessary and is certainly relevant today to provide a statement on is sexual harassment and gender discrimination in wildland fire management. So to describe a few more of these types of activities, and especially the interface that we've attempted to identify in some of our conversations over the last couple of days, I'd like to turn the talk over to Francisco.
Okay. Thank you. I'll be speaking, I guess, in English now because we are truly seeking to establish a regional association that will not only encompass all the autonomous communities of Spain, but also searching for a broader audience, and we would really like it to open it up to Europe as a whole, and all the people that here are represented as well from diverse European agencies, universities, research centers, government agencies that engage with fire, etc. So we have sought to expand in the last few years internationally. We have taken a few initiatives, and one of the most successful ones so far has been the creation of a section for Latin America known as AFE Latina. AFE Latina is now functioning and operating. We have people and members representing countries such as Argentina and Mexico. Also, interest has been expressed from folks from Chile and from other countries as well. And therefore, that section is growing and is quite active and dynamic. We have placed as a question mark here AFE Europe because we have been having informal talks with the Pau Costa Foundation, with some researchers, leading researchers from France, from Italy, from Portugal, from Spain as well, and there has been some expression of interest that it could be perhaps an interesting initiative to start thinking about setting up a section for AFE in Europe. The international activities and opportunities that we have initiated, amongst other things, has been the presence, the activities, the membership of practitioners from Mexico, from Argentina, right now through AFE Latina. AFE Latina has had special sessions and special tracks in our conference. Those presentations have been in Spanish. We offer a service for translation, and that opens up really the possibility for all of these researchers from Argentina, from Mexico, from other countries in Latin America, Brazil as well, to present their work to American colleagues and to colleagues from throughout the world. Many of these relationships and networks also are or have people that have participated from in our conferences have been from the IAWF, from the US Forest Service. People from the Nature Conservancy are very active, and as well from, as I mentioned, from Argentina, CONICET, which some of you may know, people from the Universidad Autónoma de Mexico, CUCSUR, and other institutions. We have made an effort to accommodate the demands of AFE Latina by translating all abstracts in the Fire Ecology Journal to Spanish to make them readily available to the Spanish-speaking communities. And we have various projects on the table to co-organize with Mexican forest agencies and regional governments, regional conferences in Mexico as well. This is one of the important activities that perhaps we want to start by offering to you in order to see and gauge the interest of a possible section for AFE Europe of co-authoring position papers targeted towards local, national, statewide, and region-wide issues on themes related to both fire ecology practitioner, research, important issues that you feel we need to speak about and make our presence felt for public audiences and for the public opinion at large. Yes? Oh, okay. So, yeah, sorry. Right. So we have a sheet over here, which we will pass around for those who are possibly interested in this. One of the initiatives that I'd like to present, and I'd like to be very interested in hearing from you as well. I have been commissioned by the Green European Journal to write an article about fire management in Europe. And I would very much like, I will leave you my email address to hear what sort of issues you think should be covered. We have 3,000 words. The Green European Journal is the official journal of the Green European Foundation. It is associated, of course, with the Green Party, but it doesn't mean that we're going to be writing a paper for the Green Party. We're going to be writing a paper, academic, informed by science, to try to inform the Green Party about what the issues are in fire management. And as I've been walking around the halls, I've heard a lot of people talk about, well, how in some cases the ecologistas no lo pillan, or the environmentalists don't get it. So this would be a perfect opportunity for us to teach them about what they're not getting. The Green European Party continues to be, I think, the third or fourth largest party in the Euro Parliament. So it would be an important ear to catch. And this is one way also of measuring your intentions, your willingness and your desire to participate in not only researching, etc., but also showing your research and exposing that research to public opinion formation leaders. So that is one initiative that we have started right now, and I would love to hear opinions. I will, as I mentioned, leave an email so that you can advance any issues, any opinions, any papers, any studies, any experiences that you think would be important for these politicians, decision makers to hear about. And it's a great opportunity to influence their opinion, okay? So I'll leave it to Adam to wrap it up.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Well, thank you again. I hope that our time here presenting a few of the ideas that we hope will be helpful in uniting the audience and helping to provide venues for further continued information flow, communication has been helpful. And finally, I'd also like to express our appreciation for the invitation to come here to this wonderful place and venue and to present along with all of our new wonderful friends. Thank you.
See, if there are any questions, and we'll be passing, should we leave the sign-up sheets up here in front?
Yeah, here in front maybe.
We'll leave the sign-up sheets up here in the front, and in the email address that you can see at the bottom, correo office@fireecology.net. Any of you wishing to make suggestions, bring papers regarding the question, the issue of fire management in Europe, ideas, issues, whatever, just send in an email addressed to my attention of Francisco Seijo, and those will be forwarded for me. I have 3,000 words to offer. It's quite a bit of space. So really, I would really welcome any ideas, any suggestions, papers, etc., that you want to share with me and that you think are important that should be conveyed to this journal and to this journal article. Thank you.